Hello grade 2 students and welcome back. I hope you're enjoying my videos. Today we're going to continue with Unit 4, Earth's Surface, Lesson 1, Where is Water Found on Earth, Part 4. For today we're going to cover the following points. Lesson 1, Lesson Check, page 200-201. Are you ready? Lesson Check. We open our books to page 200. Let me remind you guys, you should have solved these two pages prior or previously before watching this video, okay? And you're just listening to the explanation and making sure that you solved correctly these two pages, okay? Are we ready? Self-check. Number 1. Which is true of rivers? It means which is correct about rivers. A. They are made up of salt water. B. They flow from a low place to a high place. C. They can be short or long. They can be narrow or wide. Let me read it one more time. Number 1. Which is true of rivers? It means which is correct about rivers. A. They are made up of salt water. B. They flow from a low place to a high place. C. They can be short or long. They can be narrow or wide. So they can be narrow or wide. Okay? Clear so far? What do you guys think? Take a minute. What is true about rivers? A. They are made up of salt water. B. They flow from a low place to a high place. C. They can be short or long. They can be narrow or wide. Okay? Correct. It is C, of course, because the rivers can be short or long. They can be narrow or wide. It is not A because rivers are made up of fresh water and not salt water. And of course it is not B because the rivers start from a high point and they flow downward into other rivers, oceans or lakes. And of course it is C because rivers can be short or long. They can be narrow or wide. Okay? Now, number 2. Which has land all around it? Choose all correct answers. A. Ocean. B. Lake. C. Pond. So, which has land all around it? It means which of these three bodies of water is surrounded by land on all sides, okay? And they said choose all correct answers. It means we have more than one answer. A. Ocean. B. Lake. C. Pond. So it is, one more time, I'm going to reread it, think carefully. Which has land all around it? Choose all correct answers. It means we have more than one answer. A. Ocean. B. Lake. C. Pond. What do you guys think? Correct. It is B and C, lake and pond, because lake and pond. What about the lake and pond? The lake and ponds have what? Have land on all sides. They are surrounded by land on all sides. But oceans are not surrounded by land all around it. Clear? Number 3. Which flows into other bodies of water? It means which of these three bodies of water flow into other bodies of water? A. River. B. Lake. C. Pond. One more time. Which flows into other bodies of water? A. River. B. Lake. Or C. Pond. Take a minute to think. Well, correct. It is the river because the river starts at a high point and it flows downward into other rivers, lakes or oceans. Correct. But the lake and the ponds are bodies of water that are bodies of water that does not flow into other bodies of water. Why? Because they are still body of water. The water inside of them is a still body of water. It does not flow into other places. It stays in the same place. Clear? Whereas the river flows into other bodies of water. Why? Because as we said, the river starts at a high point and flows downward into other bodies of water such as other rivers, lakes or oceans. Number 4. We open to page 201 and we follow carefully. Number 4. Which is true of oceans? It means which is correct about oceans. A. They flow into rivers. B. They are smaller than lakes. C. They are made up of salt water. I'm gonna read it again. Which is true of oceans? It means which is correct about oceans. A, they flow into rivers. B, they are smaller than lakes. C, they are made up of salt water. Think carefully. What is correct about oceans? Is it A, they flow into rivers? B, they are smaller than lakes? C, they are made up of salt water? Correct, it is C, they are made up of salt water because the oceans do not flow into other rivers. A is incorrect. B, of course, the oceans are not smaller than the lakes, which means that B is incorrect as well. And C, oceans are made up of salt water. True, oceans are made up of salt water. That's why letter C is the correct answer. Clear so far? Now, number 5, write solid or liquid to describe each body of water. In the first picture, we see a body of water that seems to be more of a frozen body of water, and we know that when the water freezes, it changes into the solid form of water, which is ice, correct? Which means in the first picture, this is solid body of water, correct? In the second picture, we see an ocean, right? And we see that the ocean is in its what? It is in its correct liquid form. What about the third picture? We see a river that starts on a high point and is flowing downward. It is flowing downward into other oceans, rivers, or lakes, which means this is a correct liquid body of water. Number 6, are we ready? What happens to a lake when it is very cold outside? So they're asking us what happens to the lake if it is too cold outside, if the temperature is dropping down and it's freezing outside too cold, what happens? A, ice changes to liquid water. B, liquid water changes to ice. C, liquid water stays the same. So what happens to a lake when it is very cold outside? A, ice changes to liquid water. B, liquid water changes to ice. C, liquid water stays the same. Think, guys. If it is too cold outside and it is freezing, what happens? A, ice changes to liquid water. B, liquid water changes to ice. C, liquid water stays the same. Of course it is not A, because the ice does not change to liquid water unless it is too hot outside and not too cold. B, liquid water changes to ice, correct, because when the temperature outside is really low and it is really cold, the liquid water will change into the solid form, which is ice. It will freeze and change into ice. C, liquid water stays the same. This is incorrect because the liquid water does not stay the same if it is too cold. It will freeze and change into ice. Clear? That's all. Thank you.